What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be casting more Join Dota League. We have Revenge on the Radiant, Union Gaming, just going to be calling them UG on the Dire. Sephiroth's also sitting in the broadcast lobby. I'm not too sure if he's going to be vocal or not this game. I'm sure if I miss something, then he'll come in and save the day, much like not Sephiroth, because that's not what Sephiroth actually does. But we have our game going, and it hopefully is going to be a good one. I believe it is a best of two, and, well, we have a draft going on right now. A little bit of Ember Spirit hate from the Revenge side. A hero that has been seeing not much play because teams have been banning him out. And that's the worst type of play because we don't get to see the enjoyable play that is the Ember Spirit. High mobility, high damage. What more could you ask for as far as from a viewer's perspective? Union Gaming, though, with their first two bans targeting both Chen as well as the Enchantress, which is, at the very least, uncharacteristic of what usually happens in drafts. I mean, there are, I would say, stronger heroes that you have to worry about. Chen and Enchantress, though, very strong in their own rights, just in their ability to put the pressure onto your team with lots of big bodies on your tower. And sometimes, if you don't expect that, or even if you pick up the Chen and Enchantress last, something like that, then you catch the enemy off guard, and suddenly you're pushing their tier 2 tower down 10 minutes into the game. And that's something that does happen. It happens less and less frequently nowadays, but it's still something that is a threat. Is it a first ban threat? I'm not entirely convinced that it is. Now, I could just be missing something. Revenge could have the craziest of pocket strategies lined up with either one of these heroes, in which case, fair enough. I plead ignorance to that. But still, I would say banning one maybe later on, like where they have the Storm Spirit ban, or in the second round of bans, is, I would say, a little bit more normal. Right now, it seems like they're just really scared about being pushed in, but we'll see what they want to do for the rest of the draft. Their picks, Union Gaming, on the other hand, going to open up with the Nyx, very, very strong support hero, who has actually surprisingly been seeing a lot more than, I mean, he was used to be this, god of ganking and god of support, and he still kind of is, even though the Impale nerf initially hurt him a little bit. I mean, people were like, yo, we can't hit this skill, let's just pick someone else. But nowadays, everyone's like, yo, we could hit this skill now, we practiced. We've gone home, we turned off the lights, and we practiced our Dota, and now we can impale people. So UG going to go open up with that. Probably very aggressive roamer, though still is seen a little bit more in the off lane. So Nyx Assassin might be taking that role over there. Union Gaming also picking up the Invoker. We'll be holding down the mid lane most likely. EMP is going to be absolutely friggin' fantastic versus both the Weaver and the Doom if it hits. Good luck hitting the Weaver with an EMP. It's likely to miss. Once Weaver is level 16, he'll be able to time-lapse back everything for free, which is, a little bit problematic if you're an Invoker and you're trying to kill a Weaver. It's always a little bit difficult unless you're going full-on burst with Exhort, which is not necessarily the rage these days, though still, in my opinion, is extremely viable. I think Wex and Exhort are, for the most part, about evenly viable if you're going to be playing an Invoker. It depends on what your team has, depends on what the enemy team has. And then that'll help dictate which direction you want to go. Revenge, on the other hand, they have a couple heroes as well. Contrary to popular belief, they actually have picked up heroes up until now. Lich is going to be their third pick, along with the Doom as well as the Weaver. So they already have a couple cores lined up. A couple of, I would say, awkward cores. I mean, Weaver is definitely a great carry, though in the offlane he could also be a serviceable hero. Doom, very capable as well, here that I don't really respect that too much, but still, if you doom Nyx Assassin, if you doom the Invoker, they're going to be very, very sad. Can't really do much once that ultimate does land. But as far as right clickers, they do have the Weaver for the late game, they do have the Doom for the late game, though Doom is a little bit more of a disruptor than an actual damage dealer. Not like Disruptor the hero, but he charges in and then he messes up the formation, messes up your positioning. And he does do some pretty sizable damage, but I wouldn't really call him a lifestealer. I wouldn't really call him a Weaver in that regard. Also banning out the CM as well as the Mirana. Getting rid of all these dangerous combinations. Heroes that partner well with an Assassin, as well as heroes just very strong in the metagame overall from Revenge. With the Lich pickup, we are going to be seeing a little bit of a cover for one of Doom's weakness, in the fact that his armor is really, really crappy, where his health is high. Get that frost armor going, maybe not in the early game, but once Lich hits enough levels to actually get that up, then it'll be really good against Union Gaming's right clickers, which as of right now they don't really have. They're probably going to be looking, UG that is, probably going to be looking for something along the lines of, I want to say, a Luna. Gyrocopter will also be pretty good as well, getting that right click damage, and mostly I say Luna because they have a couple range attackers who would make great use of the aura in lane. like Rubik, pick up the Luna for, obviously Luna's going to have that aura on her as well. Pick up another support, lane the Nyx Assassin, the off-lane Invoker, going to the mid, and it looks like a pretty cut and dry from draft from there from UG, though they still do have a whole ton of options that they could go for if they decide that that's not what they want to go for. Revenge going to go with their secondary support hero in the Ancient Apparition, another hero that with Nyx has been seeing a larger and larger resurgence. Ancient Apparition's rise, not really, it's a little bit more intense than Nyx's, because AA was never really a hero that teams always wanted to play. And like, you see him occasionally, and who doesn't love to see Ancient Apparition, right? Those ice balls are so amusing, at least from a viewer standpoint. But yeah, he's been seeing more and more. The aggressive play with the chilling touch that AA allows you to do is always going to be very, very nice, especially if you are someone like a Weaver who could most of the time guarantee with the Shikuchi that you land all of those chilling touch hits, and between the Shikuchi, your Gemini attack, and the chilling touch, you could bring someone down very, very low, and that's just with a level 1 skill. It's pretty outrageous, and hell, if you hit it on yourself, the Weaver, and the Lich, like assuming they're all going to a lane, which is, a little bit doubtful, that's even more devastating. So AA is going to pick Revenge, going with double Frost heroes as their support. Unfortunately for them, they are currently very stun light. Hey, look at that. Union Gaming picking up the Luna. Luna, Rubik, and let's see, last support, Vengeful? I don't know. I'm just going to throw that one out there. And we might be seeing a Vengeful, but it could just be anyone else. But gotta get that aura up, gotta get that late game. But yeah, Revenge kind of light on stuns right now. They'll have whatever if stun if Doom eats a Centaur. They'll have a disable if he eats a Troll. Aside from that, they only have the Cold Feet proc, which although they do have some pretty good slow Revenge, it's not going to be too much. Like as far as locking down the heroes like Luna as well as Nyx, you kind of want a little bit more. I mean, you could easily burst Luna down, yes. They have a lot of ways to swing movement speed. Like they have a lot of slows and they have a lot of I guess speed boosts, I guess you could say, between Scorched Earth as well as Shikuchi, so they'll be able to catch up to the UG side. But as far as locking them down, as far as canceling those TPs, not too many skills on the Revenge side that does that. Final bans now, Earthshaker going to be one of the bans for, or going to be the last ban for Revenge, so eliminating that additional tri-lane hero from the UG side, and Union going to be banning out the OD. Revenge still looking for a mid lane hero to match up against the Invoker. Viper still in the pool, and I think Viper is actually a pretty good pickup here. Viper is actually pretty damn good against Luna. You could keep him out of range, or you could go for a Tusk. That's fine too. I mean, hell, you could lane a Viper in the mid lane, do very well against an Invoker, and then zone out Luna, get some extra resistance from her Eclipse. Or you could just snowball right into her and punch her. Just punch her. Right? Is there... I don't think there's a more elegant solution to a problem. It's like, yo, Invoker's going to be a problem? We'll just get right into his face and punch him. That'll work. I'm also pretty sure the punch... I'm actually like 100% sure that the punch does apply Chilling Touch. It won't amplify, it won't be like critted. You can't like crit the Chilling Touch, in air quotes. You can't crit it. But still, it should be pretty interesting to see how Revenge actually decide to lane this. Because they have... no real super strong mid lane heroes. I mean, Tusk is definitely serviceable in the mid lane. Weaver can definitely do it. Doom can even do it to some extent. But, I mean, it's definitely a little bit less clear than the UG side, who, now with this Timbersaw pick, are going to have very, very clear lanes. Timbersaw solo lane, Invoker solo lane, and then Luna, Rubik, Nyx going to be going either aggressive or defensive. I think aggressive might favor them. Going to be going all together. And then the Timbersaw, well, I think he should, for the most part, have a winning lane. Revenge definitely do have capable dual lanes, however. Lich Doom is very dangerous. Ancient Apparition Tusk is also nothing to it's nothing to sneeze at. You could shard people and then put the cold feet on them. All the while the Tusk is just beating down. It's not a terrible combination, not by any means. So Revenge do have a lot of flexibility in how they want to actually assign their lanes. Thank you, Masoku, for the Bastion announcer. And we are looking to get this game underway, guys. We have on the Revenge side, playing on the Radiant, it is going to be Benjaz on the Weaver with a Masoku, both heading up towards the top lane for now. It looks like Mistco is also going to be joining them as the Ancient Apparition. Mid lane, it is going to be that Tusk. So Tusk versus Invoker. I cannot say that I've actually seen that matchup before, at least I don't even think I've seen it in a pub game before. So I'm not really too sure how cut and dry this is, though I would assume Invoker does have a slight edge just because he is ranged. He'll be able to poke at Tusk, and although Tusk Ice Shards are a very dangerous skill, it's pretty threatening. Got to watch your positioning. It shouldn't be enough to absolutely lock down the Invoker. Tusk has got himself quite a few restoratives, and he's most likely going to be gunning for that bottle on the mid lane. And then, of course, Revenge, last person, is going to be Mihawk playing the solo lane bottom as Doom, who's probably not going to have a fun time. I say that because on the UG side, they have Z-Talk on the Rubik, along with Gosu Ray King. On the Nyx Assassin, most likely will also be joined by Dark God's Luna. So that's an aggressive tri-lane Doombringer. He'll be able to step up, he'll be able to devour, and worst comes to worst, he'll be able to say, screw this, I'm out of here, I'm going to the jungle. Which, is something that you can do with Doom, so you get a little flexibility through that hero pick. Although, obviously he's not going to look to do that. I think what he's hoping for right now is a versus Timbersaw matchup, but that's not going to happen. On the UG side as well, we have, I guess, Dural on the Invoker, and top lane is going to be Spectral, standing in as the Timbersaw top lane. So it is going to be two 1v3 lanes, with, of course, a 1v1 in the middle lane. As far as the 1v3 lanes go, I think, well, definitely Doom's not going to have a fun time, though he does have a contingency plan. Timbersaw, he's going to get zoned out pretty heavily, although, wait, we might be seeing a little bit of lane swap, so maybe it's a little bit too early to look at how these lanes are going to shape up. Benjes, at the very least, is going to be sitting on that top lane, and Weaver versus Timbersaw is not a terrible lane for either hero, really. Weaver's got to watch himself, Timbersaw's got to watch his mana pool, but if they both play carefully, if they both play safe, then no one should die, at least until level 6. Then Timbersaw, with the Chakram, does actually have a chance of getting a kill on the Weaver, though it's still a very, very small chance.
High hopes for this one.
So not too sure where Misoku's going, but it looks like we have Misko going all the way down to the bottom lane. Ancient Apparition is actually not going to help this lane at all. Like, Doom wasn't going to get anything, though it looks like Doom might just abandon in jungle, though he might just eat a creep in return. But either way, Ancient Apparition coming down to this lane isn't really going to help. Normally you would say, hey, we have a ranged hero in this lane. Now we'll be able to, poke at the enemies, maybe zone out the Luna a little bit. But that's not really the case, because AA, if he steps up, he's just going to get lifted up, impaled, lucent beamed, and, experience a whole new world of pain. And now Misko's going to get lifted up, but I don't think that's actually going to kill him. No, just a couple right clicks. Thinking about the impale, they will land the impale. Lots of damage, lucent beam from long range. They might actually get this kill, actually. Ancient Apparition dropping very low, especially the dive to tier 1 tower. Misko needs one more hit. He lives at 30 HP. Dark God takes a couple of tower shots on his way out. Taking that lucent beam at level 1, generally not what you want to see from your Luna. But at the same time, that was extremely wonky initiation. Like, Luna was all the way up here, and then they initiated from all the way down here, and then AA just going to sack himself to some fools. Nothing too surprising there. Getting that free trip back while losing pretty much no gold. So, yeah, this bottom lane, even if it is Doom and AA, they might be able to survive, but it's likely not going to be too fun for them, especially if they go again like this. Misko getting it this time dropped right into the front of the Luna. Doesn't have any mana this time, but they still will do a lot of damage. This will be the first blood. Misko will drop down. However, Z-Talk will be the even trade. So far, 1-for-1. Dark God still slugging out with Mihawk. But as it stands, UG now up 1 kill over Revenge, who actually got those kills. It is Rubik taking the kill and the death, and the tower got the kill for the Revenge side. So ultimately, of course, because UG did get the first blood, they're going to benefit, and I expect to see this lane play over and over and over like that. Like, they just have a overall stronger lane. Generally, in 3v2 lanes, your tri-lane is going to win. Mihawk now going to take quite a huge beating. Has Scorched Earth and a Salve. He'll be fine, and Dark God is actually running low on restoratives. He has the Ring of Aquila to finish up. It's an extremely quick one. He forces Salve out, but he's completely tapped out of mana. So the 3v2 lane is going to go UG's way. Take a look at how this mid lane is faring. Smash 4-for-1, 5-for-1 versus the 9-for-2. Not surprisingly, Invoker is going to hold the edge there, and I think he's even going to get a bigger edge, at least until Smash gets his level 6. Once that happens, then Smash, who's taking a truckload of damage, fortunately for him, the Tornado, it's only like a level 1, yeah, it's a level 1, 2-ish Tornado, not really going to go that far. Smash, at level 6, will have the chance of getting some kills, as, speaking of kills, Doom going to drop yet again on this bottom lane. I guess I really just can't leave this bottom lane, can I? Once he gets the Walrus Punch, he'll be able to get kills, but until then, he's just going to have to rough it out. Top lane, Timbersaw, he is not going to die unless he just really messes up, unless he like runs out of mana or tries to go for a kill in the tower and then gets punished for that. Anything else, he should just be fine. Because again, Revenge don't have any stuns, and they don't. The only thing they have that actually stuns on the top side is going to be their. Well, here we go. Timbersaw actually taking a lot of damage. He's gonna Timber Chain out, and he has a salve. Yeah, he's gonna be just fine. Yeah, the only thing they have to mini stun is a Chain Frost, and I don't really know if they want to be doing that. And that's just a mini stun as well. It's not by no means an effective way of locking down a hero like a Timbersaw, who's, by the way, going for 2 points in reactive armor. So he's going to make sure to get that extra survivability. He's not in there to kill people. Like, you might be able to kill Lich as a Timbersaw if the Lich really messes up. But odds are, Timbersaw just wants the experience, wants to get to that level 6 mark. So level 2 in that reactive armor is, I would say, completely justified. Taking a look at the bottom lane, Mihawk with the 2 points in Devour is going to be getting some decent gold per minute. I mean, he doesn't have that much CS, but at the same time, he is third in the gold per minute chart, whereas Dark God, 2 for 1ing him as far as CS goes, is only 100 ahead. That's the Devour mileage that you get just by picking up that Doom. And now Z-Talk going to try to zone out the Ancient Apparition, who still has yet to pick up the point in Cold Feet. The early pressure being applied to that AA Doom combination, forcing him to take a point in Ice Vortex, which is, I believe, the correct decision, though it's at the same time very odd to see Ice Vortex being picked up so early, especially over a skill like Cold Feet, which is just such a great skill. Although, I guess in a lane matchup with Doom, Cold Feet it gets a little bit worse, because there's no way that they're going to be able to proc that. But yeah, either way, Smash starting to recover on this mid lane. As he gets his levels up, he will be a little bit more fine. Also, Bottle Crowing helping out a bit as well. Timbersaw on the top lane has actually been zoned out completely. Hasn't got a single lick of experience, but on the bottom lane, Mihawk is going to get absolutely chain stunned. He's taking a lot of damage. Mana Burn not doing too much, and Dark God is actually going to get frozen in place. Mihawk going to pop the salve off, the earth as well, now burning under his feet, and he'll be restored back up to serviceable amounts of HP. Pop a cap into Ghost Array just a little bit. Let him know who's boss. But really, it's UG calling the shots on this bottom lane, and then just the Doom as well as AA panicking and then running and fleeing and trying to escape. But all things considered, the fact that Timbersaw has yet to pick up a single creep kill is actually boding not too terribly for Revenge, because their mid game is really where they're going to hit their stride, especially with this Tusk mid pickup. You expect him to, now that he's hit level 6, to go around and actually start killing people. Tusk is a devastating hero as far as that goes, because God forbid you let Tusk snowball? Huh? No, okay, he's a dangerous snowball hero in, more than one sense of the word. But they're getting the farm on the Weaver, a lot of farm actually, 40 versus 30 on the Weaver and Luna respectively. And UG, although they are applying a good amount of pressure on this bottom lane, although their Invoker is still getting some mileage on this mid lane, it's by no means going to, it's by no means going to lock down the game for them. The mid game is still going to be where we actually see if Revenge, we get to see if Revenge have successfully weathered the storm, or if at this point the pressure that they've been applied is a little bit too much. Z-Talk can move up to the top lane. They're looking for a kill onto Masoku. Let's take a look at the Timbersaw skill distribution. Still 2 points in the reactive armor. Masoku does not know where the Rubik is, and I think, well, he's backing it up, but at the same time they don't have any creep support. Masoku is asking for trouble. He's asking for trouble a little bit. Rubik is a little bit too far away. Masoku, though, taking quite a beating. He's getting a little bit body blocked as well. I think the Timbersaw might just be able to kill him off outright, but the Weaver is there, and Spectral's got to run. Frost Blast down to 40 HP, and the double hit from the Weaver, killing that Timbersaw off. Timbersaw just sitting in the creep wave for just a little bit too long. Needed to build up that regeneration and really stay up high, but at the same time, level 3 Ice Blast, level 3 Shikuchi. And that's a lot of magic damage for an only level 4 Timbersaw to withstand. Unfortunately, Rubik was all the way back in these trees over here instead of more in this area over here, where he would have easily been able to at the very least lift off the Lich before he got his Frost Blast off. I think that would have been a kill on the Lich, but the Lich got a little bit too far away, a little bit too quickly, and of course that did lead to the death of the Timbersaw. Taking a look at this mid lane, actually, Deral is not having the best of times anymore. Tusk with the regen rune has used the Walrus Punch, dropping Invoker down fairly low. Ice Shards are in. He's going to go for it this time. Snowball. He's going to go for the Womp and nothing else. If he has a regen rune, you might as well just go for it. Pop off everything and see what happens. And yeah, now Tusk definitely going to flex his muscles, but here comes Z-Talk. He wants blood, and they have a Cold Snap, EMP armed and ready. EMP will wreck Tusk's mana pool, but that's not if Tusk wrecks you first. It will not kill off the Invoker, however. Now Cold snapped up with all the creeps and the tower attacking him. Smash bit off way more than he could chew. The Sigil in the air will not save him. It'll actually just be free farm, it looks like. Deral is actually going to run from Masoku, but the Chain Frost from downtown! He's He's going to try to invoke a Ghost Walk a little bit too slow. Now Z-Talk taking the Frost Blast. He has 4 stick charges. He will survive that last Lich right click. But the Invoker is going to go down. Oh, if he invoked Ghost Walk, that would have been pretty baller. I think he definitely had a chance to survive. The Invoker, if he either got Ghost Walk off, possibly if he popped the Salve and the Magic Wand and, you know, went full on into Wex and tried to get some distance, he had a chance, I think, but I guess he really just didn't expect the Lich to be there. Now in the bottom lane, here's that snowballing I was talking about. Smash gonna get there with the Walrus Punch. Doom onto Nick Assassin, not for a kill, but just to, well, maybe for a kill. Mihawk wants blood. No, double TP. You gotta back yourself out of that, Doom. That's not gonna happen. By the way, Tusk getting in there, and now he's going to start to be a little bit dangerous. 1-1-1, not exactly the best score on the Tusk. He didn't get the kill on the Invoker, but still, the Walrus Punch has a very short cooldown. If you can reliably get the opponents down to where you're going to be doing that extra crit damage, then you're going to be in a very, very happy position, at least as far as keeping up the aggression is concerned. If he roams with Masoku, you can definitely get a kill on his top lane. And Timbersaw does still have that level 2 in Timber Chain, but it looks like Smash instead going to settle for a Haste Rune. He might be tempted to go for this Invoker, which will probably result in his death. However, the smoke looks like it's moving down towards the bottom lane, where Mihawk is now completely revealed. Watch out, Mihawk. Here comes the Impale. No, it's actually going to layer quite a bit. That might cost them the kill. In fact, it will cost them the kill. They have 3 stick charges on the Doom. He's actually going to turn around. Yeah, this Doom is being pretty imposing. He does have support coming in. However, Misko is going to get warded away by this Luna. Doom still chasing. There's disables on this side, but that's about it. Actually, no, Nyx completely tapped out of mana, but here comes the Ice Shards. Going to catch 2. Snowball into Z-Talk as well. Smash going to get in there with the punch. Dark God now popping level 6. He's going to pop off the Eclipse, do a lot of damage to Smash, as well as bring the AA very low, though. Smash still alive with the Frozen Sigil covering his escape. Phase Boots helping him out as well. Bottle charging up, and it looks like ultimately it's just a 1-for-1. Man, that looked like there would be so many more kills, but no. Oh, wait, it's Smash. Smash. There's the Cold Snap Invoke, and now he just might be dead. Snowball for the stun, but that's not going to do it. One more right click, and there we go. Smash, you came to the wrong neighborhood. This is a Ghost Walk neighborhood, and now Dural's just going to walk on out of there. Getting a free kill. Room service. Who could say no to that? Meantime, Timbersaw in the top lane has been roughing it as per usual. Got 2 CS, 2 denies. High roller on this Timbersaw. Not yet at that level 6 mark, so he has quite a ways away until he could actually contribute to his team in any meaningful way. Hell, if he catches the Lich off guard, if he catches the AA by themselves, he could probably get the kill. I mean, he doesn't do the most damage as a level 5 Timbersaw with 2 points in reactive, but it's still serviceable. But that's not going to happen. Meantime, bottom lane, Smash wants blood. There's the shards. Snowballing, thinking about it. Oh, here we go. Here comes the... No, okay. Smash will wait. Smash is patient. He's got 2 kills, 2 deaths. Not doing too terribly, all things considered. He's going to go for what looks like a drum.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Might just be a casual bracer, but hell, I don't see why you wouldn't want to go for the drum. Faster snowballs? Hell yeah. Smoke now, and they're going to run straight into the AA. Do they see him? They shouldn't see him. They're going to have Z-Talk lead, and oh, wait. AA is now so very dead. They might be able to get a return kill, but yeah, once AA shows his face, they can even just settle for Smash. And they're settling for Smash. Lifts up into the air. There's a second stun. Lucent Beam as well. Smash is going to get absolutely chain stun down. In the meantime, top lane, looks like the exact same thing was happening, except to the Timbersaw. I guess you guys can imagine what happened there. I guess they just chased him down with their huge amounts of speed swing, you know, Scorched Earth, and they did use a Doom for that one. So, you know, Timbersaw, your Timber Chain will only get you so far when you are silenced and taking that constant dot. Bottom lane still taking more and more pressure though. Ramiro Aquila plus Helmut Dominator up on the Luna. So is she stacking? Not just yet. However, a tower is a tower, and that's another 1,000 Gs for her. BKB definitely should be the next item that Luna decides to go for. Might take a pit stop into a Magic Wand, but no, it's just going to be straight BKB. Not surprising there. Once she gets that up, she'll be able to, you know, very safely stand amongst the Tusk, amongst the AA, amongst the Lich, and really not feel like she's going to drop from 100 to 0. Though, still, not Invoker, Doom as well as Tusk are more than capable of putting in some pretty good right clicks onto that Luna. Now, Ice Shard's going to fly in, Snowball as well, Ice Ball coming in as well, Tusk going to seal the deal. There's another Fade Bolt flying through. It looks like we have a little bit of a DC. Masoku completely tapped out of mana, though, so he's just going to panic and run. By the way, that Timbersaw, level 5, normally when you see a Timbersaw, you're like, well, he's pretty tanky, guys. I guess we should back up. No, you kill him. You just go ahead and kill him, because that Walrus Punch does a lot of damage. 350%? Yeah, that'll do it. Especially when you have an Ice Blast putting him into Shadow Range. Timbersaw is having the least fun game out of everyone here. I think no one would disagree with that. Alright guys, so it wouldn't be a proper Dota game without a proper pause. Let's take a quick look at some of the item progression. AA looks like he's going to go straight for the urn, if not just, you know, cover all of his hands with gauntlets. That could be a thing too. Probably not though. Smash getting another kill for his team. He's now going to get that much closer towards his drum. And then Doom packing around a Vit booster. Could be a Vanguard. I don't really like Vanguard in Doom just because he has such little armor. If you're going to be making Doom more tanky, it's generally not through HP. It's generally going to be through that armor. So, you know, personally, I just like, hell, just a chainmail. That's fine if you really want to be tanky. But Vit booster could just be a casual one. Then he could go for something else. He could be going for mech for his team, possibly. Assuming Lich and AA aren't going there. And it looks like they're not because Lich has the patented nothing build. And Weaver, well, he's the one who's getting the farm. Benja's on the top lane. Haven't had a good look at him in quite a long time. But hell, he's been basically playing a 2v0 lane. Lich effectively zoning out the Timbersaw 100%. Weaver with the Hand of Midas has been used quite a few times. He got it. I didn't see exactly when he got it. I just know that he got it quite a long time ago. I mean, he has Power Tries, Aquila, and a Perseverance. He had to have gotten it a long time ago. 2 kills, 89 CS. This Weaver is topping the gold per minute chart. He's going to be a large force moving forward, and UG, though they do have some good stuns, they do have some decent tools as far as burst and lockdown goes to shut down this Weaver. Still, an early Linkenseer on the Weaver probably will ruin your game. On the UG side, they have the Rubik also going to go for the Gauntlet build. One for each hand, although it looks like those are left-hand gauntlets. They don't look too ambidextrous, so maybe 2 for the left hand, and you can put the staff in your right one. Who knows? Drum has already been completed on Invoker, Phase, Boots, Magic Wand as well. Not farming too terribly, all things considered. Again, Timbersaw actually has his Arcane Boots up. That's pretty surprising considering the fact that he's died 3 times and he has 3 last hits. Gold per minute, 131, I guess 12 minutes in. That's it makes sense, but still, this guy is poor. This guy needs some serious governmental aid right now. Luna's going to keep on farming towards her BKB. Needs to start stacking, though only level 7 because of a tri-lane will mean that she won't have the max out Glaive, max out Lunar Blessing for quite a long time. So even if she does get a couple stacks off, it will be a little bit difficult to clear at the very least. Of course, Revenge don't have the best lineup for jacking creeps, but it's still going to be a constant threat. You got to make sure that you have eyes on that area at all times, or else all of a sudden your entire creep stack could go to the enemy team, and that could be disastrous. Nick Sasson also with the Arcane Boots. I mean, he's 8 CS, 4 assists. Like, he's doing so much better than the Timbersaw, but they both have, for the most part, similar amounts of gold. Kind of weird how that happens, right? But there we go. It's the entirety of the of your mid-game pause item recap. This item recap is brought to you by... If I had a sponsor, I would totally do that right now, but I don't. Alright guys, so everyone on the recording, I'm going to cut it out right now so as to not overflood my hard drive. Sounds like a bad idea. And then everyone else in Dota TV, we're just going to be chilling. Alright guys, looks like we're starting up again after a couple of tries. What? No, not like Riot Games, like Riot, like Protest Riot. Come on, man. Come on. Alright, Smash once again. Gonna kill the Timbersaw on impact. Goomba stomped to death. And it looks like the gold per minute chart got completely messed up during the load. But everything else, I think, should be fine. Except for the fact that Dark God might just be jumped right here. Doom does not have Doom, though, so it looks like they're just going to pass by ships in the night. Not even notice that they're near each other. So we're right back into this game, guys. We have the Timbersaw getting dropped, who unfortunately not going to get bailed out by any sort of remake. He has to stick in this game and try to get something going, because so far he's been nothing but a liability for his side. What is going on? This isn't the gold per minute chart. This is the CS chart. I guess we're looking at... Okay, I guess... What is going on? Okay. I guess we're looking at the last hit chart. That'll make the most sense for how much gold people have. But top lane, we have the Invoker going pretty quick. He does have that Invision. He's going to spot out Masoku. Stun through the trees. Don't even... Oh, no, it's a trap. Smash and Miscore right behind them. There's the EMP. Going to catch and burn down Masoku, but here comes the Cavalry Snowball right into 2 of them. Dural's going to take quite a beating. Punch up into the air. Punch him. Walrus Punch for the kill. And now Spectral, he's in a little bit of an awkward situation. He's going to lay down the Chakram. There is, again, no stun. Do they have any more shards? Looks like it doesn't even matter because that Timbersaw just got absolutely annihilated. It's 2 kills for Revenge, whereas UG, they take 1. That was just a little bit unfortunate for them. I mean, you see a Lich out in the open like that, and you think, hey, that one is going to be a free kill. But unfortunately, Revenge, they had the cavalry incoming, and they were already smoked. You can't really ask for more of an unfortunate circumstance, and, well, sometimes shit happens, guys. Shit just happens, and you just gotta roll with it. Doom has gone for the Vanguard, so he is now pretty damn tanky. He needs to get up some armor, though, to cover himself. There is quite a bit of magical damage on the other end, so that Vanguard plus 250 going to be, you know, giving him some pretty good survivability. Though I still think armor generally a way to go, especially earlier on. You can get more health later. Smash as well as Masoku might be jumped in this mid lane. Rubik is here, Invoker. He is on the top lane, so there's no real initiation here for UG. And it looks like, well, the 3 Frost heroes are around the mid lane. And here comes a Weaver as well. They do not know the Nyx is right next to them in the Vendetta. Shard's gonna fly, gonna catch onto Rubik. He's gonna get a lift up onto that Tusk, but the Snowball gonna come in, punch him. He missed and hit the Luna, but I think that's gonna be okay. Luna, though, unleashing the Eclipse. Chain Frost onto 2, will annihilate the Luna, and then King is going to go down shortly after. Spectre is gonna come right in. Weaver is gonna get clipped with the Tornado. Now there's Frost Blast onto Javel, and Smash gonna try to 1v2 it out of here. There's a Dust for some reason, not sure why. They're gonna try to go for Javel, but the Cold's not making it so very difficult to kill off Smash. The Sigil is gonna do enough for another Snowball in, and that's gonna be another kill on the Invoker. Masoku gonna try to pick off Spectral. Needs another Timber Chain, but there's no angle, no Whirling Death either. There's the Frost Shards. They will get the pick off on the Lich. Smash gonna come right back in for another Walrus Punch. It cooled down. Yes, it did. Z-Talk is gonna steal it though. Oh, Z-Talk, you didn't punch him. He didn't punch him, guys. That's kind of a bummer. But either way, score now 14 for 12, and I believe that was just a 3 for 3. The Weaver does give up a mega kill. So all things considered, UG don't take the worst of fights right now, especially since Timbersaw did get a lot of experience for that, and he's a hero that really does need to get those at least kill participations in order to get back in this game, just because he's so far behind right now. I mean, he's only 1-5-1, and there were 3 kills, I believe. Maybe, yeah, 3 kills. He wasn't in one of them, which kind of sucks. By the way, they're going to keep chipping away at this Tier 1 tower, putting Chilling Touch on themselves, because sometimes you just can't take towers slow enough. You got to make yourself take them even slower. Stolen Punch! That was weird. Okay, so that's how that works. Yeah, Chilling Touch actually doesn't do damage to towers, so don't put it on yourself if you're going to be pushing. EMP going to blow, miss everyone, and the tower will just continuously get chipped. Smash looking for a Snowball. Show me a Snowball, Smash! Looks like they'll take the Tier 1 down and then look for Lucky Shards. Lucky Shards will not happen. Benja is still farming very, very well on his way to his Lincoln Sphere. Just needs another 1k gold before he has that up and running. I think everyone's just going to go down towards the bottom lane. Revenge know that right now they have a slightly stronger lineup just because Timbersaw is essentially a useless hero. I mean, he can still put out some pretty good damage, but he's also at the same time very, very weak. So Revenge going to push their advantage. Take all the Tier 1s down and really force UG into fights that they would rather not want to be taking right now. Invoker, his Tornado EMP is pretty substantial. EMP burning like 400 something mana. Yeah, 475 mana. That's nothing to sneeze at, especially when your Tusk has a mana pool of 600. That's doing full damage. AA is a very low mana pool. Weaver has a decently low mana pool as well. It'll go through the Lincoln Sphere on top of that. But here they go. They are going to get a little bit too close to this Observer Ward. And it looks like Weaver's going to smell something coming. He's going to back off, and the bottom lane push is going to continue. Doom is here, and he does have his ultimate up. So if Z-Talk gets a little bit too close, he could be in a little bit of trouble. Ice Shard's going to fly. At the very least, zone out Z-Talk a little bit. Not much. But chipping away at the tower, EMP Tornado. Well, Tornado is going to graciously hit onto the AA. That's about it. The push is going to continue. 1 point of that Frost Armor on the Lich. Ice Armor, rather. Frost Armor is Ogre. And Ice Armor is Lich. Gotta remember that, guys. It's important to make the distinction. Ice Ball gonna fly up to the top side. And now, Benjaz, if this Ice Ball hits, it could be a possible kill for the Weaver. There you go, Weaver. You are in the money now. What's it going to be? You gonna try to go kill off King. Will he shatter? No, he's actually going to opt for bugs, but he's going to teleport right into a hostile zone. Mihawk's going to get drained out of mana completely. Smash does still have a little bit of mana left. He's going to have something stolen. It's going to be that Sigil. Not too useful to steal, especially since everyone from Revenge is going to retreat. So there's going to be no kills down in this bottom lane. However, it is going to be, in the end, a free tower for the Revenge side. Everyone going to back up now and just try to reset. I think Revenge just have to keep up the pressure. I mean, their Weaver has a Lincoln Sphere up. He's still getting free farm. If Ben just keeps farming up and keeps pushing out that top lane, then the rest of his team, they're powerful enough in a 4v5 matchup with the amount of like CC they have. They can just doom someone, effectively shut that hero out of the fight. Chain Frost is absolutely huge. The Ice Ball is absolutely huge as well. And now that the Tusk has picked up a Blink Dagger, well, initiation is going to be really damn easy for Revenge. Initiation kind of weak on both ends. UG, they have an Invoker with a Tornado EMP. Not exactly the best initiation in the book, but still definitely serviceable. Tusk, Blink, Punch. I mean, generally you want to weaken them a little bit before you punch them. But we'll see if he wants to use it right now. Blink, Snowball. They'll never see it coming, guys. Not too sure what the plan is for this. I've never seen a Tusk pick up a Blink Dagger before. Timber has a bit of saving plan front lines too much. Yeah, Timber just has to stay back, get some assists, use that Chakram, and use Timber Chain. Play like an assassin hero. Wait for your cooldowns to be up, and generally that's not what you do as Timbersaw because you're such a tanky hero. This game you gotta wait for your cooldowns and then jump in, jump out when appropriate, really. But it looks like both sides are gonna be content with farming just a little bit. Possibly UG looking to make a fight happen. They have a smoke up on the Nyx Assassin, which well, could lead to a little bit of blood given the right circumstances. Right now, we're just going to see this Ancient stack. Going to be continuing to clear out. Dark God, well on his way to his BKB. Needs another about 800 gold before he has that one. Or 700 gold if you like math. But doing math on stream is hard. Never, ever, ever make someone do math on stream. They will hate you. They will truly hate you. Top lane smoke, they're not going to catch anyone, though it looks like UG they might be forced either way to come up to this fight. Benjez is a very, very tough cookie to crack, but at the same time, you have to crack him. If you don't, you're just asking for trouble later on. And well, here comes Smash and Masoku, so the jig is up. They're just going to say, we're just going to straight push your tower, and we know that you can't do anything about it. Here comes a wild Frozen Sigil. Kill it. Got him. 120 Gs for the Doom. It's a lot of gold, guys, and Doom is actually going to go towards the Shivas. He already has the Mystic Staff as well as the Plate Mail. He's very, very close to that item. And this is 21 minutes in. He's only level 10 with a Shiva's Vanguard. This guy's going to be really durable. But either way, free tier 2 tower and Revenge. When you take a tier 2 tower like that, the only thing that's going through your mind is, hey, we could do that again for the other lanes. Because UG, they're not really ready to fight right now. Timbersaw still needs a lot more bulk. Luna does have a BKB, so they're a little bit more ready to fight than they were a couple minutes ago. But still, I think even if you BKB as Luna, Doom slaps the Doom on you, and then either way, you're pretty sad. Like, what are you going to do? Hit him with your 150 damage? It's not too bad, but it's definitely nothing to write home about either. Weaver's going to start the split push on the bottom lane while the rest of his team Gold Graph works. Well, okay, I'm not too sure. I guess it's just like a 75, 8,000 advantage. We'll wait a little bit. It'll work a little bit better as the game progresses. But we're missing a fight in the mid lane. Meantime, huge, massive things going on. Mihawk, as well as Smash, going to go right in for Spectral. He's going to lift it up and cancel off his Walrus Punch. Tornado will crater that Doom. God damn it, Sephiroth. Telling me to look at the gold graph. And then all of a sudden, a fight breaks out. I'm not going to take any blame for that one. But, okay. They lose Doom, they lose Tusk, and looks like Walrus Punch was... Well, Tusk used Walrus Punch, it failed. And, well, 15-14, UG take a pretty fight. Blink forward from King. He has picked up Blink Dagger of his own. Masoku's here with the Ice Blast, going to slow down Dark God. Teleportation in from Smash, going to blink forward for a really, really short snowball. That was the most unnecessary blink I've ever seen in my life. But either way, a kill's a kill. And the Weaver's going to take that one home. Has picked up his Desolator. Huge amounts of damage coming out from this Weaver. Plus the fact that they just can't kill him. That's a pretty good combination if you would ask me. Now they're going to probably barrel down the mid lane knowing that their Luna, the enemy Luna rather, does not have BKB, plus the fact that, well, she's dead, so she can't defend the tower that way either. Could just be Benjaz though. I mean, he has enough damage just constantly chip away at this tower, and UG again, although they do have a Blink Impale and they can do stuff like this, those are just short-term solutions, because Revenge is just going to back off, kill the creep wave, and then rinse, repeat, go again. So UG, they need to take something definitive, and a 2v1 fight, although good, is not going to let you crack back into the enemy's tier 1 towers. They have taken only one tower thus far, whereas Revenge have so far just been dismantling UGs. And this Weaver is still going to be unkillable. I think at this point, if you're Weaver, you just go for... You could go for heart, although you could just be greedy and go for damage at this point. He's there's not that much of a threat on the other end in the form of anyone. I guess if he gets completely burnt out of mana, he's in a little bit of trouble, but that's about it. He can try to go for Dark God. Wow, that swarm was absolutely beautiful. I think if that hit, it might have made the difference. A couple more points of armor, but it's going to be instead Lich and Tusk in the meantime. Okay. Well, I'll take blame for that one, guys. I completely screwed the pooch there. Gonna miss Tusk as well as Lich getting jumped by what I'm assuming to be a smoke gang party. Had to watch the Luna's great escape. Fortunately for Mihawk, he's gonna get out of there alive. He's very tanky as Doom, and well, it's Blink Dagger from Ghost Ray. Really opening up some doors for the UG side. If they get picks off like that, then it'll really help them in the future. And Spectral has actually gone for a Blink Dagger. I don't hate this choice, actually. And generally from Timbersaws, Radiant lost a gem. Okay, they lost a gem as well. That's... Invoker doesn't have it. It's somewhere on the UG side, I'm sure. Unless it's not. It's on the Nyx. On the blinking, invisible Nyx. But Timbersaw, Blink Dagger usually is an item that you get a little bit later on. Earlier on, you want to get stuff like Bloodstone. Hell, even Drums is not too terrible. Lets you set up angles a little bit better. But in this scenario, when you are very behind as a Timbersaw, and again, you have to be playing off of your cooldowns, being able to jump in and get guaranteed damage is not a terrible way to go. And now Dark God going to get bursted down. He does have a BKB though, so he won't shatter to this one. However, he's going to freak out and be really scared. Pop out the BKB as well. So, using an ultimate from the AA, 30 seconds left till that's back up for a BKB charge. Oh, that is just so totally worth it for Revenge. They're going to be doing that as many times as they could possibly dream of. And now we have Nyx Assassin going to look for the Assassinate. He has a gem, so he knows if there's any sentries, observers spotting him out, but for now, he's going to, well, cross the Weaver, cross Masoku. Does have Rubik right behind him, and he's going to land a one-man Impale. Benjaz is going to eat that one with the Lincoln Sphere, but now King is in a little bit of trouble. Spell stolen, it's going to be Shikuchi. EMP will burn out no one, because you can't catch Weaver that easily. Ice Ball going to come in, will fall short. In the meantime, Smash is going to feel bold enough to take a 1v5 fight. But here comes Mihawk. Suddenly it's two 1v5 fights. Benja is the right in the back, though. Going to land the Chain Frost onto that Luna. Instantly dead. Benja's going to chase down Dural. He's going to go down as well. Mihawk in the front line, still nigh unkillable. Masoku is doomed, stolen by Rubik. He might die to this one, but it will be a deny if at all. Chop him! Boom! Yeah! Gotta kill off your allies as much as you can. UG going in. Well, they get Smash, but Smash had Mihawk right behind him, and Mihawk is, at this point, I don't want to say unkillable, but he's very, very difficult to kill. UG can kill him still. They do have enough damage. But, you know, Mihawk just do stuff like that and just run at your Nyx, and then Nyx is going to be panicking. Benjiz is going to get even more gold, 3,700 gold. Blink forward from King, but again, eaten by the Lincoln Sphere. Benjiz two-shots him. Special's going to blink in for a Timber Chain, but that's going to do less than nothing. Jeez, this Weaver is dishing the damage, and he's going to be doing even more damage. Blink Dagger from Mihawk, because Blink Doom is pretty dangerous. And UG, where's the reaction? Benjiz has a Lincoln Sphere up, so he's going to eat a Lucent Beam to the face. Probably should have went for the range Raxes. They're going to fall back for now. Yeah, going for melee Raxes is a little bit ambitious for the Revenge side. But still, they do take the Tier 3 tower for, you know, not for free. It was for a favorable fight, so can't really complain too much about that if you are on the Revenge side. And they still have Tier 2 towers to take as well. So you might as well just back up, pause for a second, and go for a little bit of the easier pickoffs. Smash, thinking about something. You don't stand like that unless you're thinking about going in. He has a Snowball, he has the Blink ready. Ice Ball going to come in, maybe a Roshan, maybe just Momentum down to the bottom lane, maybe... No, okay, Invoker's going to dodge the Ice Blast. Stacks are still... Ancient stacks are still being, you know, stacked up and then cleared. Luna, though, has something flying out to her. This better be a Manta Style. No, it's just a Yasha. Okay. Yasha's still pretty good. Manta Style, I would say that UG are in really good shape. Or not as terrible shape. But, yeah, Luna is still trailing behind the Weaver, and Spectral, in the meantime, is going to get punched with the power of a Falcon or a Walrus. You know, choose whichever one you think is more imposing. But with that, Spectral is going to take his 6th death of the game, and the Tier 2 is going to be flicked over like it was nothing. 300 HP is not going to withstand the Weaver's might, and Weaver is going to go for Heart, and he does have enough money to complete that whenever the Courier decides to get his lazy ass out here. Tornado gonna fly into Benjaz. He's gonna care a little bit of that. I mean, Earn Charge, and suddenly he's not carrying at all. But a 2-man in that shard, and then instantly the Doom onto Dark God. He's gonna go down in an instant, and King gonna get a good impale, slow down Mihawk, but Benjaz still on the low ground. He's gonna do the damage. It's double kill for Benjaz. And, well, just like that, UG say, okay, you took the tier 2. Well, come on in, take the tier 3 as well. Z-Talk going to get a lift off on Smash. Meteor gonna roll on through, not bother anyone. And Benja's still just doing the damage. He has a heart coming in as well. 2,600 Gs on this Weaver. And, well, Benja's just going to play games with the Invoker. Heart is up, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was a 3-shot on the Rubik into a time-lapse. GG has been called. This Weaver is... You usually just don't have an answer for this Weaver. Their Timbersaw, when ordinarily would be able to burst him down, like early's bring him very low. At this point, you cannot kill this Weaver. Doom is tanky as well. And then everyone else from Revenge are essentially just acting as support heroes. You know, just throw in your spells, maybe throw in a Chain Frost to scatter them. But then really it's just let this 11-1-4 Weaver absolutely clean up. So I think this is the best of 2, guys. I'm not 100% sure on that, but either way we'll be moving on to another one. If not, we will be cutting the stream. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you for later. GG. Thank you, Sephiroth. It is the best of 2. GG.